how to do a turn point continuation from the last video. So to do a turn point, we did the math already. We have points that we've been determined for now. We started at 1A and we minused over to 2C and 2B. Okay. So let's say I still want to get more elevations. Now I want to get 1B and 3A. Unfortunately, from this setup, I cannot do that because these points in this case are too high. So I have my HI at this point. If you can kind of see that the 1B and the 3A, for example, are above the HI. So I can't see them. In some cases, just like we do it here in the parking lot, it's you do a turn point for that reason vertically because you just can't see them vertically. They're too high. Or you just can't see them because it's too far from your level. You just can't see them. You can't focus it no matter what. Mister, can I zoom the level to look? No, you can't. The level is set up optically at whatever magnification it has. You can't zoom into it. So for whatever reason, you need to move to be able to get other elevations, or maybe go around a building, whatever the case may be. The thing though is that we do need to move to be able to get these other elevations. So for that, we're going to use what's called a turn point. To do the turn point, I'm going to move the HI off to the side. And what's going to happen is to get these over here, I'm just going to move my instrument. I'm going to pick it up and move it. I'm going to pick up the instrument, move it. I'm going to move from this location to another location. Which location? Well, it's just somewhere where you can see these other points. So you kind of, after some time, you'll be able to figure out what's the best point to stand so you can see other points, whatever, however you want to interpret that information. But in this case, I'm just going to move it from this location to this location. Has my HI changed? It sure has. So because of the fact that it changed, because of the fact that it changed, I really need to determine a new HI because it's in a different location. I think I'm just going to move it up a little bit more just to be on the safe side right there. Okay. Usually you want to put the yourself between the 2 points. Like let's say I wanted to get this one, you usually want to put the instrument between these two. Vertically, because of the elevations, I'm going to put it up here, and it really is the same thing, but just so you know, usually you want to put your instrument between the points you're going to observe to turn that point. But I just want to put it over here just so we can make this a little bit easier, and you will understand it, and you'll know what I mean after this video. Okay. So the rod, notice, is not going to move. I'm going to leave it on that point. So I'm going to start at 2B. I didn't edit this text on the last video, so let me go ahead and edit the text. We already know the elevation. It's a 4525, so we have that already. So let me put that here so we can help you visualize this a little bit better. It's in our book, so 2B is 4525. We did the ID command, so it's all there. So nothing changes, and let me just show you, just in case you can believe me, 4525. Got it. So I'm going to leave that there. So now I move the instrument, so now I need a new HI. So I'm going to move the HI and place it at the middle of the level right there. Okay, so there's our new HI. So the new HI, I'm going to read. I'm going to look over here at the rod and get a new elevation, a new reading. Again, I'm doing a single wire, so that's a 6. So this is going to be a 5, 55, 56, 57, 58. Geez, that one's like right on. So, man, I might not get this one right on. So I'm hoping this whole rounding thing that's going to probably affect me here. So I might be off by 0.01. I'm not sure because it's really, really between the 5, 5, 5, 6, 5, 7, 5, 8. It's between 5, 8 and 5, 9. I guess I'm just going to go ahead and round up to 5, 9. So I'm going to call this shot 559. 559. Okay. So I'm going to call this one 559. Okay. So I'm going to call it 559, and I'm standing on that same point. So the rod person stands on the same point 2B. So we're going to turn on 2B. So what I mean by that is I'm going to put on my notes, I'm going to put 2B again. I'm going to put 2B to communicate on my notes that I'm turning on that one. And on that one, I'm going to put 559. Okay. Notice that because I moved it, you always do that first shot as a plus, 559. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to plus it from the elevation on the ground. On this one, I have 4525. Since the rod is still there, I'm going to from there plus to the HI. The HI reading, like I mentioned right now, is 559. That's what I read on the rod, 559. Okay. So from this point on the ground, I'm going to plus it to get a new HI, 559. So I'm going to add 559 to my point on the ground, my elevation on the ground. And this is where a lot of students get confused. What do I plus it, Mr. Do I plus it from this number, from this number? No, it's from the point on the ground. That's where you're going to plus it from. So it's going to be 559, 559 plus 4525, 5084. So my new HI here is 50.84. That's my new HI. And it makes sense. I can look at these notes and say, okay, so you're turning on 2B because you put it twice. 4525 plus 559, 5084. So that means that this HI, anywhere I measure on that HI, or even here at the center of the um, level, if I do ID and I take a center of it, is 5084, 5084. And that's exactly what I calculated, 5084. And that's what I put on my book. There you go, 5084. So I rounded up. I just happened to be, I rounded it correctly. I'm glad. That's 5084. So that's my new HI, 5084. Perfect. So now that I have my new HI of 5084, I can now move the rod. I can now move the rod from this point on the ground. And let's say I'm going to work with and try to get the elevation of 1B and 3A. So I'm going to go to 1B, put it at that point right there. Okay. I'm going to take that reading. I'm going to take that reading, but to be able to see it, I'm going to turn on my little shaded on the 3D. And again, just to graphically demonstrate the HI. So from the HI of 5084, I'm going to take now a reading of 4, 10, 450, looks like a 451. Yeah, 451. Okay, 451. So that's my 451 from the HI. So from the HI, I'm going to now go to point number 1B. So I'm going to write that down on my book, 1B. I'm going to take a minus shot of 451, okay, and calculate that number. 5084, remember I'm subtracting from the HI. I'm subtracting from this HI. I'm going to subtract the number of the reading to come down to the elevation on the ground. Okay, it's going to go back over here to the math. 5084 minus, that's my HI, 451. HI is height of instrument, to remind you, 4633. 46.33. That should be the elevation on the ground. Should be, but I guess let's find out. 4633, got it. Let's go back to AutoCAD. Turn off the shading. And if I were to ID this point, 4633. Look at that. 4633. So I'm going to change the elevation here so we have it graphically. 4633. Okay. How about point 3A? Can I read 3A from this setup? Yes, I sure can. So I don't have to move. From this case, 3A is a little lower than my HI, so I should be able to read 3A. So because of that, I'm going to move the instrument. I'm sorry, move the rod. This point over here to point 3A, right over here. Okay, I don't think I need to rotate it, but I will just a hair. You always want to have the the rod facing the instrument person as best as possible, just for your best readings. Remember that the HI hasn't changed. The HI is still And okay, good. So it's 3. The HI is still, let me go nearest in this case, 5084. So it's still the 5084. So this is going to be a minus shot. The minus shot is going to be over to the point number, and I forgot the point number. Let me go back over here. Point number 3A. Okay. So I'm going to start making my notes over here. I'm going to go to 3A. 3A. This is going to be a minus shot. So that's the number I'm going to fill in here right now. What is that minus shot? 2.11234. Hmm. 11234. I probably should round down, but I'm really close to here. Even though I've told you, you're still close to that one, you should round down because the last one we rounded up. But I don't know. I don't know what would happen. Let me just round up on this one, even though you should round down. But because of what I told you. But I'm gonna round up because that's really, really close. And it's, of course, I'm on a computer, so this is a lot more exact than what you was gonna see out in the field. So let's just see. 2.15. 2.15. Got it. Okay. 2.15. Go back over here. So it's going to be a minus of 2.15. Don't forget that we are going to minus it from the HI. So I'm going to go back to my calculator. I have my HI of 5084 minus 2.15 has an elevation on the ground of 4869. 4869. So 4869, let me write that down here before I forget it. 4869. 4869. And the moment of truth, ladies and gentlemen, has come. Is this 48.69 ID and endpoint? Wow, 4869. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I sometimes surprise myself too. I hope this really helped you to understand what we're doing. As far as the book, let me go ahead and write this down, 4869. And we did a turn point. And one last thing, do I have to turn on the last point that I did on the notes? Technically, no. I don't have to turn on 2B. I could have turned on any other point that I have the known elevation. In other words, the 2B, I had left the rod on this point. But could I have turned and put the rod here and replussed from 2C to establish a new HI to get to 1B and 3A? Yes. Yes, you can. If you do that, then you just simply put the 2C again here to show that you're going to be plussing it from that elevation to that plus, and then you minus, okay? Hopefully that part doesn't confuse you too much, but up to now, if you understand everything up to the 3A, how to get to the 3A, everything else plussing and minusing, ladies and gentlemen, should be fairly easy. I really, really hope this helped you. If not, please ask me any further questions.